Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. We are in week 3, can you believe it, of the 2022 season, and the power rankings are out. They drop every Tuesday. So from now on, for the rest of the season, we're going to do the power rankings on Tuesday. Wednesday's video will be my NFL pick'ems for each week. So let's start with the Houston Texans, ranked number 32, previous ranked number 28. They dropped down 4 spaces after the tie and the loss to the Broncos in week 2. I really have no faith in the Houston Texans. I think it's going to be a long year for them, and I think they'll be picking in the top 5 by the end of the season. Now let's move on to rank number 31. The Carolina Panthers dropping 2 spots from 29 to 31. I'm not sure if Baker is going to keep that starting job once Sam Darnold gets healthy. So this is going to be kind of interesting to see. The weird thing is I've taken them in both of my previous pick'em weeks, and they have lost each time. So I'm wondering if I should do that a third consecutive time. Now let's move down to the Chicago Bears. Previous rank number 25, current rank number 30, moving down 5 spots. I knew that the Bears were who we thought they were. That win against the 49ers was just an anomaly. Playing at home, sloppy conditions, and the Niners had Trey Lance. I think if Jimmy G's in that game, they win that game. So the Bears drop down 5 spots, go to 1-1 on the season. Now let's move to the Atlanta Falcons, who also will be picking, in my opinion, top 5, top 10 for sure. They actually move up a spot, even though they lost from number 30 to number 29. They almost mounted a comeback against the Super Bowl champion LA Rams, but they fell short, unable to do that. It was quite a sighting to see, so I did enjoy that game. Now let's go to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Pitched a shutout, man. A shutout against the Colts. Remember that the Jacksonville Jaguars upset the Colts in the season finale of 2021 and prevented them from going to the playoffs. They are currently 28, previous rank 31, moving up 3 spots. The Jacksonville Jaguars, I'm not really too concerned about them, but at least they got to win before the end of the season. Now let's move on to number 27, the Washington Commanders, falling down 3 spots from previous rank 24, losing against my Detroit Lions. We pretty much dominated that game from start to finish. In the first half, the Washington Commanders did not have a first down. Their entire offense was under 200 yards, but they did make it interesting at the end. But they fell 3 spots from 24 to 27. Moving on to the Indianapolis Colts. This might be the biggest drop of the week. We got to stay tuned to see. Indianapolis Colts, man, it might be a long season for them. They thought that Matt Ryan was the answer, and apparently he's not. I don't have them winning this game. I forgot who they face coming up in week 3, but they fall down 11 spots from 15 to 26 with a loss against the Jaguars. And that tie against, so that's 2 bad teams that they can't beat. So what's going to happen when they play a team that is not bad? Moving down 11 spots, the Indianapolis Colts. Jumping 7 spots from the last spot in the league to number 25, the New York Jets. Found a way to win in Cleveland and avoid going 0-2, jump up from 32 to 25. And the Jets, man, you really can't peg them. I think it's going to be quite an interesting season for the New York Jets. Moving on to 24, falling 6 spots, is the Seattle Seahawks, coming off that win over Russell Wilson in week 1, was unable to get that victory in week 2, falling from 18 to 24, and the Detroit Lions see them in week 4. That should be interesting. Pittsburgh Steelers, Mitchell Trubisky is not the answer. Moving from 19 to 23, they do face the Browns. I believe that is in Cleveland, and to me, that is a must-win game. Got to beat division opponents, so they got to win that game coming up. But they fall from 19 to 23. Speaking of Cleveland, Cleveland goes from 20 to 22, just falling 2 spots. Could have been worse, but they got to get back against the Steelers. Now we're going to go to number 27, the Dallas Cowboys, coming off that loss in week 1. Number 27, currently ranked number 21, jumping up 6 spots. The Dallas Cowboys managed to hold off the Cincinnati Bengals, but how long can they keep this up with no Dak Prescott? Moving up from 27 to 21. The Tennessee Titans surprisingly only dropped 3 spots after getting drubbed last night. The Buffalo Bills now have the number 1 offense and number 2 defense in the league, and the Tennessee Titans only mustered 7 points, getting mollywopped 41-7, fall 3 spots. I think that should have been more. I think the Tannehill era will come to an end this year, and I think the Tennessee Titans 0-2 miss out on the playoffs. Very surprising, the New York Jets move up 2 spots from 21 to 19, surprisingly 2-0. This is very interesting. First-year head coach Brian Daboll is doing his thing over here, man. And the Giants, Saquon Barkley is everything that they needed, and Kayvon Thibodeau has not played yet. He will return pretty soon. So the Giants are very interesting this year. They go up from 21 to 19. Moving on to 18. Number 23 previous. Number 18 moving up 5 spots, the New England Patriots. I thought the New England Patriots were going to lose this game coming off week 1 and how they looked. And then Mac Jones, you didn't know how he was going to be. But they move up 5 spots and crack the top 20 from number 23 to number 18. The Denver Broncos, beating a bad Houston Texans team, move up 1 spot to number 17, being 1-1. And I think the Denver Broncos are going to go on a run sometime soon. So they're right in the middle of the pack, number 17, previous rank number 16. Number 10, so far the biggest jump that we have seen. I got to give it up. Can be very biased, but I'm not. I am a very realistic Detroit Lions fan. The Detroit Lions jump up 10 spots from number 26 to number 16. And we saw last night that the Minnesota Vikings were unable to hang with the Philadelphia Eagles. Kirk Cousins was terrible, and they jumped. The Detroit Lions beat the Washington Commanders, dominating in the first half, finishing with a score of 36-27 to get our first win of the season. This just may be the biggest jump in week 3. Got to keep watching to find out. Moving on to number 16, only falling 1 spot, the Las Vegas Raiders, who are 0-2. Moving on to number 15, previous ranked number 14, the Las Vegas Raiders, a surprising 0-2. Playoffs are looking less likely every week. From what I've seen, there are 3 0-2 AFC playoff teams that are in jeopardy of not making the playoffs. I believe somebody told me it was 10% since 1970 of 0-2 teams that make the playoffs. So had that game, Hunter Renfrow with a fumble and was returned for a pick 6, and that's how that game ended. Really, the Cardinals should have been 0-2. Moving on to 14, previous rank number 22. The Arizona Cardinals jump up 8 spots with that victory over the Vegas Raiders. I think that's a little too much. I really do. I don't think that should be that high. They barely won that game. Now we're going to number 13, previous rank number 14. A lot of one position jumpers here. The New Orleans Saints 1-1. They look pretty bad, man. Michael Thomas went off, but they look pretty bad against the Bucs. I mean, I don't know why they got them that high, but okay. The New Orleans Saints, number 13. The Cincinnati Bengals fall 3 spots from number 9 to number 3. I think they're holding on to that Super Bowl hangover, and it's going to be tough for them to rebound and make the playoffs to even try to defend or get back to the Super Bowl. Number 12, previous rank, number 9. And number 11, unbelievably, after getting annihilated last night, they only fall 4 spots from number 7 to number 11, the Minnesota Vikings. A lot of talk about maybe taking the division from Green Bay. Kirk Cousins is not the answer, and he threw a bunch of interceptions, all to Darius Slay pretty much yesterday, and that's going to be tough for them to rebound. They do see the Detroit Lions at home this coming week, so that should be a good one. The Baltimore Ravens, number 10, dropping 4 spots from number 6. They blew a lead, and before yesterday's games, Tua and Tyreek was probably the most important duo in the league. They were the passing and receiving leaders, and they let them come back and win that game. So the Baltimore Ravens drop 4 spots from 6 to 10. The 49ers, previous ranked number 11, they move up 2 spots to number 9 as Trey Lance is out for the season. And Don't want to see the young man get injured, but I think that might actually work in the San Francisco 49ers' favor. Not to get rid of Jimmy G was probably the smartest thing they did all offseason. They move up 2 spots from 11 to 9. The Miami Dolphins jump up 5 spots from number 13 to number 8. Like I said, they were showing out, and the Miami Dolphins are going to be scary this year. I think they are very similar to the Buffalo Bills, just outside, almost there year after year after year the past couple of years. They just missed out on the playoffs and went on a streak last year. I think they won 7 in a row and still missed off on the playoffs, and they're jump up 5 spots and now go to 2-0. It's going to be a good AFC East over there. Number 7, dropping down 2 spots, the Los Angeles Chargers put up a fight against the Chiefs, came down to the wire. Justin Herbert got hurt, had some rib cartilage damage, so we'll see how he is. They did get 10 days off until their next game, so hopefully he can come back. They fall from number 5 to number 7. The Los Angeles Rams, defending Super Bowl champions, they fall down 2 spots even though they won from number 1 to number 6, squeaking out a win over the Atlanta Falcons. Almost gave that game away, but was able to hang on and move down 2 spots from 4 to 6. Now we're at the top 5. Previous ranked number 8, Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. No Devontae Adams. No problem. They get the victory against Chicago, and Aaron Rodgers, I guess, still owns the Bears. Move from number 8 to number 5 in week 3. Number 4, previous ranked number 3, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Mike Evans will be suspended for a game. There was no Chris Godwin and no Julio Jones. But Scotty Miller stepped up. You still got Russell Gage. And we'll see what Tom Brady can do this coming week as they fall just 1 spot with the win from number 3 to number 4. And now rounding out the top 3, the Philadelphia Eagles. I actually had them as number 2 after last night, but they're number 3, moving up 7 spots from number 10 to number 3. Absolutely destroyed both on offense and defense, the Minnesota Vikings at home. And Philly is not playing around. Good to see them do their thing over there. And now number 2, the Kansas City Chiefs. This was the only team that did not move in the power rankings this week. Stayed at number 2 and is currently number 2, squeaking past the Los Angeles Chargers. Pick 6 is pretty much the difference in that game. And, yeah, it's going to be tough, man. I think Buffalo is going to have something to say about the Kansas City Chiefs this year. And speaking of Buffalo, no surprise, man. Buffalo, number 1, the highest scoring offense in the league, became official last night. 72 points they've put up in 2 weeks, and their defense is not too shabby either. Hopefully the individual that was hurt yesterday is doing well. Haven't heard an update about him. But the Buffalo Bills hold on to the number 1 spot in the power rankings, and I think they are the team not only in the AFC, but in the NFL. They are my Super Bowl pick for 2022. So after the week 2 power rankings, the team that had the biggest jump was the Detroit Lions, moving up 10 spots from 26 to 16. And the team with the biggest drop, dropping 11 spots, and ironically moving to number 26, was the Indianapolis Colts. Previous ranked 15, current ranked 26. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think about the Week 2 NFL Power Rankings? You guys are awesome, and we'll see you in the next NFL video.